Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at people behind bars that should probably just stay there. These are the criminals who have not only done horrible crimes, they may also show absolutely no remorse for them and would probably continue to do them if they were given the chance. My name is Danny Burke and this is the top 10 most dangerous inmates in prison. Starting off at number 10 now, we have Peter Sutcliffe. He's probably one of the UK's most notorious serial killers, known in the press as the Yorkshire Ripper. In 1981 he was convicted of murdering 13 women and attempting to murder a further 7 more across the English county of Yorkshire. Many of his victims were prostitutes. Now he claimed that the voice of God had sent him on a mission to kill them. At his trial he pleaded not guilty on the grounds of diminished responsibility due to his paranoid schizophrenia. That defense was wholly rejected by the jury and he is currently serving 20 life sentences in prison. Next up at number 9 now, we have Thomas Silverstein. He's sometimes referred to as the most dangerous man in America. Now he's been in prison since 1977 and was famously once a leader of the Aryan Brotherhood, a white supremacist prison gang. Since being in prison he has been convicted of the murder of 4 other inmates. He once stabbed an inmate 67 times. He has been in solitary confinement since 1983 after killing a prison guard. That means he is totally alone for 23 hours of the day with no human contact. Alright, moving on to number 8 now, we have Zacarias Moussaoui. This man is commonly known as the 20th hijacker of 9/11, the other 19 all dying in the attacks. So, how is he alive? Well, he was actually arrested for an immigration violation just weeks before the attack was meant to happen, and so he couldn't participate. In the investigation following the attack, the FBI linked him to the 9/11 plot. He pled guilty in a US federal court to conspiring to kill citizens of the US as part of the September 11th attacks. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. As he left the courtroom, he clapped his hands and said, "America, you lost, I won." He clearly shows no remorse for his involvement and is still regarded as very dangerous. Next up at number 7 now, we have Terry Nichols. Along with Timothy McVeigh, Nichols was responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, which killed 168 people. He was sentenced to 161 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. That actually set a Guinness World Record. He is currently incarcerated at ADX Florence, a super maximum security prison in Colorado designed to hold the most dangerous American criminals. One government official said that place is designed for prisoners who show absolutely no concern for human life. Moving on to number 6 now, we have Dwight York. This man was the leader of the Nuwaubian cult based in New York. It was based around pseudo-Islamic and Jewish beliefs and later incorporated elements of ancient Egyptian culture, UFOs and conspiracy theories. He built a very loyal community around him that helped and protected him while he molested countless children. He admitted to all of these charges freely in court. He may have been able to avoid detection even further were it not for a huge Egyptian city that he had started building for his followers in Georgia. He is serving 135 years in solitary confinement. Next up at number 5 now, we have Ted Kaczynski. He is also known as the Unabomber. From 1978 to 1995 he mailed 16 bombs to universities and facilities across the US, killing 3 people and injuring a further 23. In 1995 he wrote a 35,000 word manifesto explaining his issues with the direction America was heading in. He sent it to the Washington Post, then blackmailed them into publishing it, saying he would send a bomb to an unspecified location if they didn't print it. The FBI really struggled to track him down. At one point he was on their top 10 most wanted list. He was apprehended because his own brother suspected that he was the Unabomber. He's serving a life sentence at ADX Florence. Next up at number 4 now, we have Ivan Milat. This Australian convict is also known as the Backpack Killer for his serial killings between 1989 and 1993. He killed 7 young backpackers in the forests of New South Wales in Australia, stabbing them multiple times and even using one of them for target practice to shoot at. His crimes inspired other copycat murders as well as the movie Wolf Creek. At the number 3 spot now, we have Michael Swango. Also known as Dr. Death, this former doctor turned serial killer is thought to be responsible for up to 60 fatal poisonings of patients and colleagues. He would poison his co-workers with arsenic, sipping it into their food and drink when they weren't looking. With his patients he would often administer and overdose whatever drug they had been prescribed. At his trial, the prosecution read out pages from his notebook where Swango would describe the joy he felt during his crimes. He is currently serving 3 consecutive life terms at the ADX Florence prison, which we've mentioned earlier on in the video. Alright, moving on to number 2 now, we have Ramzi Yousef. This is the mastermind behind the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, an attack 8 years prior to 9/11. He detonated a 1,000-pound car bomb in the garage below the World Trade Center, killing 6 people and injuring over 1,000 more. In court he said, "Yes, I am a terrorist and proud of it." He didn't receive the death penalty because it didn't become become legal for his crime until a year after that crime happened. Instead, he is now serving 240 years in prison, a total of the life expectancies of the people killed in the attack. And finally, at number 1 now, we have Charles Edmund Cullen. This former nurse is suspected to be the most prolific serial killer in American history. Now, he has confessed to killing up to 40 of his patients over his 16-year career through overdoses and medical contamination. When investigators began to interview him though, they realized he may have killed a lot more people. Some experts estimate up to 400. He told police that he killed them to end their suffering, but other staff at the hospital described the patients as recovering well. He is currently serving 127 years in prison and still seems very unaware of the suffering and damage he's caused. Alright guys, well, that was pretty intense. Obviously it's shocking to hear the crimes that these people did, but do you feel some sort of comfort knowing they are locked up out there, possibly forever? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. In the meantime, I am Danny Burke. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.